Welcome everybody to Yapping Walters. I'm your host Walter, and today we have a returning guest from episode 7 and episode 17. From episode 17, Jay, and from episode 7, Harii. Welcome back.
Yeah, to be back.
Happy you two joined here. Let's start with something that actually that's not a good idea. Let's start with something fun. Give me a gaming hot take that people might agree or disagree. Something that you feel like it's not talked about enough. It can be about something anything.
A large vocal minority of the Dead by Daylight community is a bunch of little bitches.
Mm.
They just whine and whine and whine about everything.
That's fair.
In PvP games in general, most people are just sore losers who can't take that they either just had bad luck or indeed a skill issue, and that's why PvP games are so toxic.
Yeah, you're a skill issue. You're toxic.
I'm going to go this with one by one. The Harii's point, I do agree because like this is coming from a Call of Duty player. So I feel like most of the COD players and most of the FPS players are like, that guy's cheating. And yes, it is a problem in FPS games because every anti-cheat is ass. At least I feel like it. That it lets you be like, is that guy cheating or not? It sounds like, oh yeah, that guy's definitely cheating. So, but not everybody's cheating. And if you feel like somebody is, maybe it is, maybe it's not the case, depends. But again, you shouldn't be like automatically like, oh, that guy's motherfucking hacking. Ban. If somebody's just better, deal with it. It's not the end of the world. Like, Jesus Christ. Freaking. This is not a freaking Hunger Games where if you die in a video game, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna lose my whole bank account. No. Or I'm gonna lose my family. It's not like that.
Holy game. Why you have to be mad?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's just crazy. I mean, I personally, speaking of my experience with, and yes, I have played it for several years, League of Legends.
Oh god.
The most fun games I had were actually the ones where I very, very narrowly won or very narrowly lost, because those are the games where you actually could learn of and where it felt like you put a lot of effort in and that it had an impact what you did, and not like, oh yeah, we're ruffle stomping the enemy, oh we are so good, because those games are like, yeah, they are fun, they can be fun because sometimes you just need it, for motivation, but compared to the excitement and to the challenge you have when it's very close, that is a boring game, in my opinion. When one team wins, like more or less effortlessly, that's no fun. Like, challenge me, please. Have me work for my victory. That's what I get enjoyment out of. I'm getting enjoyment out of the challenge and not out of, hey, I've got a victory or not. Of course, I want to win. Everyone wants to win a game, but it's not like, oh yeah, I'm defeated, or I did a mistake and that cost us the win. Yeah, bruh, it happens. Whatever, I don't care. As long as I have fun, and fun is the essence of gaming, not winning. Most people equate winning with fun, which is not, the whole essence. I, in my opinion, the journey you have in a game is the fun part, and not if I win it or not.
Yeah, that's fair. but I feel like there's a big shadow, which is the problem, and that's called skill-based matchmaking. I hate that thing. That thing can go screw off. I hate that in games. And you can just look like Call of Duty and most FPS games, most multiplayer games have that. And that's why most of the matches feel the same, pretty much. It sucks because I grew up with the the games that it was basically like have fun, play the game if you like. If you don't play the game. But multiplayer games nowadays feel like you have battle passes, you have fun like skins, and that's ugh. Can we go back to the basics? That's my wish. And to the change point, that Dead by Daylight's community is a little bitch, basically. Yes and no. I do agree with Mo. I'm gonna say it's probably 70% true, but to be fair, behavior has been recently slacking off. Like releasing unfinished content, and when you load into a match, you'll see a metal pipe or something like that in the background.
Oh yeah, Jim. They named him Jim.
No, yeah, that you'll see that in the background.
Yeah, he's gone now, but became a meme overnight.
And that stuff, and like I don't understand. Like I feel like behavior's mentality and mentality of fixing a goddamn game is like we do want to make this game as competitive, as of like freaking the most hardcore esports game. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like fun. Sorry. It's more like, and at the same time, it's like, no, we are not gonna do that. We are gonna make this a fun game. Like I'm gonna like focus for God's sake on one thing or the another one. It's not like this is not like freaking focus on two things.
Yeah, but what I was talking about was more like how the slightest change just sends people into a massive uproar, and I don't know. Maybe that just shows how reactionary the internet is these days.
Yeah, and yeah, like for example, if they nerf a popular perk for like 10%, it's like 10% worse or something like that. Jesus Christ.
The most recent update the PTB is going to be like massively changing Michael Myers, like completely changing how he plays.
Basically reworking.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see how that goes, because I think playing against Myers is really fun because of how dangerous he can be, but playing as him is still, like taking your time and waiting for things to happen, which is in the spirit of Michael Myers as a character, but I think they could do it better, and it looks like they're trying to change it up a bit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's fair, and I do kind of wish we could go back when Twitter, for big example, Twitter wasn't exactly as big than it's now, because like 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21. 21 maybe a stretch, but like from 2010s to like 2021, Twitter exactly isn't big, and nobody basically didn't give a shit like how the perks were and that stuff. And I wish we could go back there, or Dead by Daylight's community could grow some balls. That also is an option, but we are not gonna get that because the game's community is ass. But you do give a hot take, but I'm gonna. I hate nowadays that games are going more and more pushing the graphics. I hate that. And I mean that, like, look at Metal Gear Solid Snake freaking remake. That Snake Eater remake. That is performing ass. and yes, it's most of the Unreal Engine games, yes. But there are some other examples, like, it's not exactly a recent game, but like Battlefield 2042. That was ass. Or Cyberpunk was ass on the launch. I would wish, like, in my opinion, the graphics peaked at either on Red Dead Redemption 2 or Cyberpunk's. Like, how Cyberpunk is now. Yes, GTA 6 is probably gonna be the most realistic game, but dude, does every game need to be realistic? No. Like, do I want my Super Mario Kart, my Mario Kart to be the most realistic game?
That might be just because Rockstar has its head so far up its own ass that it's just, you know.
But to be fair, Rockstar is, in my opinion, one of the greatest developers out there.
Yeah,
Take-Two is ass.
It's gone to their head. It's gone to their head.
You can blame Take-Two.
Yeah.
Take-Two, and the funniest thing is, like, Take-Two CEO said gamers should pay for hourly of the, like, if the game is like 100 hours, you should pay $100. And this is Take-Two CEO, and to those who don't know, Take-Two owns Rockstar.
That is something where I'm like, bro, you greedy management, something bad word here. These management people, they are so greedy. They are like, oh yeah, we're gonna milk everyone now. We're gonna get even more greedy and everything. Yes, games have not been not having a price adjustment for inflation for a while. Fine, you might argue that, but that would be an adjustment for like a few percent and not like, we're gonna make the game like $40 more expensive when it was a $60 game a year ago. That's not adjusting for inflation, that's just greed. And in my opinion, what ruins many games, especially in AAA, whatever you have it, is that the people running the companies, not even the developers just want to code a great game that people can have fun with and that they enjoy playing themselves. That's the developers. But the management side of things, that's normally the big issue where the greed comes in, where the BS with the microtransactions and everything comes in, where the whole insanity comes in, because it's business people deciding things and they don't even play games themselves. That's the most hilarious part about it. They have no clue about gaming, but they decide, hey, we are gonna do the pricing like that because we are greedy idiots who don't know what we are doing. And just look at Helldivers 2. It's the prime example. Sony and some Sony fanboys in the community were like, yeah, we're gonna do it exclusively, and then it's gonna be the best game ever because Sony's gonna make the most money ever. We got the Xbox launch this week. You know what happened? We had the biggest player count since the launch of the game because of it. Big brain move.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, it's mostly stupid business decisions. Like, frick's sake, if you have a game like Helldivers, make it cross-platform from the start, get the game in a very good state from the start, and keep the DLC policy and the microtransaction policy as it is right now, and you have a game that is better than any AAA game and done by a indie studio just backed by Sony as a publisher, right?
Yeah.
So you have something amazing there that hundreds of thousands of players play right now. and not like, yeah, let's make the game $500 and make gaming not accessible to people. What people don't get, my generation, which is like the hardcore gamer generation, which probably has the most money in gaming right now, is getting out of the gaming market for the most part, because my generation is having children right now, having a family right now, making a career right now. We are in the phase where your focus as an adult is shifting towards more important topics in your life, away from gaming. And we are, despite being way less people than the boomers, we are still, compared to newer generations, a big generation, which means if you don't enable young people to play, you will lose your entire market. But they don't think about it because they don't think long term. Like, the numbers must fit at the quarter at any cost. And if the thing works a year later, doesn't matter at all. So they are not thinking. They are just about greed and short-term gains. And that's unfortunately the business mindset that is also starting to creep into gaming, and it's a sad story in my opinion.
Yeah, and who pays for it? The people who actually made the game. They get laid off or freaking horrible working conditions, and the easy fix is just to make the CEO take a pay cut or something, like a perfectly manageable one, considering they make millions of dollars every single year. But no, that's called socialism.
Yeah, there are tons of excuses to further the greed of a few very rich people, and that dominate the world's finances, and that's about it. Like, your normal person just wants to live a good life, wants to spend some 40 to 60 bucks for a decent game, have a good time, and then move on. That's how most lives work, and not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy luxury yacht number 5 and a whole freaking island somewhere. Like, what the frick? Those people are completely out of the loop.
And this is not a reference to the certain island. Yeah, that's fair, but also gaming is a business, and do I like it? No, but do I see it as a business? Like, do I agree? Like, as a business? Yes. If I would be making a multiplayer game, would I? If the freaking studio would be like, make a Fortnite kind of game. Also, Fortnite is one of the reasons why battle passes are a thing, because it's the most thing that makes the money. And there are a few companies that have made perfectly the battle pass system, but well, Fortnite is probably the best one because it's still running.
Yeah, that's. I guess people will try to make a Fortnite killer and try to replicate the success of Fortnite, but the problem is that, we already have Fortnite, so we're not going to drop it for something else.
Yeah, and also
unless that something else does something to really stand out, but
yeah,
it usually just ends up being an exact copy or something.
And also, like, people forget that people make nowadays careers out of making a map in a Fortnite, for example. They make a career out of that, because the freaking creative system that they implemented on Unreal Engine 5 to the Fortnite creative thing. Also, the same applies to Bethesda, even though Bethesda can suck ass. They make the Creation Club, aka paid mods. Do I like it? No, but some people have made actual careers out of making mods for Skyrim, Starfield, possibly Fallout 4 whenever the Creation Club thing gets added to that, and then Elder Scrolls 6 whenever that comes out, and whenever Fallout 5, aka 2035, 36, 37, 38 ish comes out, probably will have a Creation Club thing. And And
Elder Scrolls 6 is this generation's Half-Life 3.
it is coming out. Don't worry. It is.
It's never coming out.
It's
never coming out.
Don't worry. It's rumored to be out either next year, because or year after that, because when Microsoft were buying Activision for $70 billion, which is correct, Jesus Christ. The freaking Bethesda games were leaked, and most of the games that were leaked have come out year or two after like where it was like Indiana Jones Great Circle was supposed to be coming out 23 or 22, but it came out last year. And same goes to the Oblivion remake. And also we are supposedly getting Fallout New Vegas remake, thank the Christ. Which is just a huge business model, because Fallout Season 2 is coming out December. And that stuff.
Coming out. It's never coming out. It's never coming out. I don't know what I'm doing.
At least with Half-Life 3, I do understand, because first of all, Gaben is retired, and he has a hobby of deep sea exploring. That like
exploration.
Yeah, that, because he just as a hobby bought a 300 million yacht that looks into deep sea and researches that. That it's just a hobby for him.
Yeah, he did not only buy the yacht, he also bought like 25% of the entire wharf that is making the yacht, and that shows you just like what my point is with those.
It's a good reason to be
business
fair.
managers. Yeah, kind of, but my point is that.
I gave my money, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, let's be fair. Steam is doing a lot for the gaming world, and they have done us gamers quite a solid with how they are also pushing away from Windows and everything to make gaming more accessible on other platforms and so on. And I'm thankful for that. What I don't like is just of course, someone leading a company wants to reap the benefits of it, and that's fine. But the disparity between what these people get out of the company compared to what the people doing the actual work are getting is just you can only shake your head about that, because it is utter insanity at points. Like, I'm also working for a big corporation IRL, and my salary is nothing to scoff at. But given how much my CEO can earn, that's like the guy, if I had the money that guy earned in 1 year, I would quit my job and never work again, right? Just to put it into perspective. And like every normal person with a modest standard of living who is just like, hey, I want my own four walls to live in, I want to sustain my family, I want to sustain myself, and I just want to live a good life. We have so much money as humanity that I think most people could actually have a good life. But because of how it works, it just isn't the case, and like half the population needs to scrape by somehow or do multiple jobs even in Western countries, which is just not a good thing in general, because these people will never be really happy. And I can, you can't change the system. You unfortunately have to make the best of it. And if you have a company, you need to, you want to monetize things. You want something out of it, and that's totally fair. But yeah, it's a little bit crazy nowadays how much the big fish in the pond get and the normal people in comparison. It's gone a little bit too much out of hand for my taste. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
To be fair, for like, I know for a Valve, because Valve, Jesus Christ, their employees make a lot of money. Like a regular employee but their regular employees make a huge bunch of money because of all the. But Valve in general is But what I heard, their business model, not business model, but their payrolls good and that stuff, and also like everybody uses Steam. That Steam is the only monopoly that I'm saying I'm gonna agree and support. But
yeah, but like getting paid well doesn't really mean very much if the cost of living is so high. Like like you could get paid like $30 an hour or something like that, but if your rent is like $2,000 a month, you're still gonna be like really working as hard as you can to make ends meet and then still be able to afford groceries or the electric bill or whatever else. And that's before you even get into this stuff like video games or movies or whatever you want to do in your spare time.
True. Like a small example, because I know the numbers of my country. The half the population in my country is making around $1,800 or less. Okay? The cost for rent has exploded during COVID and the last years. And before COVID, when I think back a while when I had my own flat, I could have a decent sized thing for one person with a separated bathroom, a separated kitchen, a living room, and a sleeping room for like 400 before utilities, and I think 600 after, something around that, right? Nowadays, if you get something for 1K before utilities, it's cheap, especially in the bigger cities, but also in the rural areas. And the salaries have not gone up that much. They've gone up in the segment until $1,800 for like $50 since then, and that is nearing what 6-7 years now. And if you look at that, and then that we have a 300% increase of billionaires' income in my country, and a increase of 180% of the amount of billionaires that are existing in my country, then you know where the real issue lies, because that speaks volumes, in my opinion, if you just take these raw statistics and put them into perspective to each other.
Yeah, that's fair. I can only speak of where like my rent is around $700. I make not as much as I want, what I would want.
You're a lucky man, Walter. You're a lucky
it's
man.
average rent in here.
You are.
It's pretty average in here. But I don't live in like in the central like of Helsinki and that stuff. There,
yeah,
I know the rent
it's
is
800. It's 800 at best in Canada, and that. Yeah, bear in mind we're being attacked economically by the United States. Well, by the United States government, I should say, because their president has the biggest ego this side of a freaking literal comic book villain.
Before we get each other's cancelled because of our attacks of political, because I'm not getting into that shit. Not that shit.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is very intertwined. Like politics define a lot of how things are priced and so on because they set the guidelines for everything. It's. I wish we could be rid of politics altogether. That would be nice, but then society wouldn't work anymore, unfortunately. So, what can you do?
I said this into the past, and I'm saying it again. Just on Twitch and on YouTube, just ban politics, and for Twitter, make it separate for politics. A politics app for Twitter and the normal Twitter. That way, all the dumbass people would go to the politics side, and that's what I get from mainly on Blue Sky as well. Like I get politics on there, even though I don't use it. Whenever I use it and check it out, I'm like, okay, skip. I don't give shit about this. I don't give a shit about that. Where's all my gacha games? Where's all my meme content? Where's all my dumbass edits? I want to see those. Like
there's the real economy. The memes.
I want to see memes, for God's sake. I want to see, like, ugh. I don't want to see political content. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit of my own country's politics. I don't give a shit about another country's. Give me a fuck's sake. I am in greed of politics in video games like World at War, Fallout, Bioshock, and all of the games that are talking about political themes and that stuff. That I'm open to because that's interesting. That's a medium that I'm interested because games. People try and say to keep politics out of games, but that's even with something even simpler than that. Like that's impossible, man. Because they go hand in hand, basically.
Video games are art, and art is made by people who have
different views.
Different views. So art is intrinsically political. It might be more subtle than other things, like like Super Mario Brothers. You wouldn't think that would have political undertones, but it's Mario is rescuing Peach from Bowser. Does that not sound like someone trying to rescue someone from an arranged marriage?
To be fair, that was normal in the medieval times, what I believe.
Yeah, but
I was anyways, what?
But it's subtle, but it's there.
To be fair, I'm gonna say that in my opinion, Mario Kart doesn't have basically any politics. I'm gonna stand on that because
not Mario Kart
or Mario Maker or most of the Mario games because it's Mario.
No, but
and to be fair,
games with a plot, or at least something akin to a plot or a story, they there's a political undertone in there somewhere. You might have to dig to find it, but it's there.
Yeah, like this is what a perfect example is. If you want to find a political meaning on axting, you can find it, but that doesn't mean that you'll be like, this game is political because shut the fuck up. Let me play the game in my own peace, please. Shut the fuck up. Do I want every game to be a critique of capital? Hell no. Do I want every game to be a critique of communism? Hell no. I don't give a shit. If the game has a good story, give me that instead.
Just saying though, it's still there. I mean, again, it could be very subtle, and sometimes it's. The developer likely didn't intend it, but it's still there because it's artistic expression, and it's gonna have someone's opinion or someone's feelings about stuff there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Jay has a very good point here. You got a lot of things like politics, unfortunately, is everywhere in our lives. We can try to deny it and stay away, but every single decision the lawmakers make will impact your life directly or indirectly in some point. And that's the unfortunate truth. And what you experience in life is of course defined by things you live through, right? And when you as you grow older, you are defined by the views of your peers, the views of your parents. You form your own views based on news and other media that you consume. You form your own opinion, but every bit of information, except for purely scientific ones, but even scientific ones can be biased if you don't know how to remove that bias. Even science is nowadays biased by politics and by economics, because politicians and big companies basically have their own science team to push their own narrative. So not even science is completely free of that garbage anymore. And then you have the AI slop on top of it, but that's a whole another topic. And you take all that information and you form your own worldview out of that. And per definition of this, you are already biased by politics in everything you do. And when you create a game, you can try to make it, with as little political influence as possible, but you will never be able to 100% keep it out, because your own view of the whole world that also defines how you view the ideal game that you want to make is impacting all the decisions you do. That's how it is, unfortunately. So if you look close enough, as Jay said, you will always find a political undertone in every creative work. And it's fine, because it's normal. And in my opinion, what would help would be that people, instead of, oh yeah, I'm part of this one loud minority and I'm making a huge scene out of it, even though there is no reason for me to do so, how about people learn to accept a different opinion of their own again? Because I have the feeling we have lost that.
Yeah, the internet is too reactionary, and everyone just needs to grow up a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
And also the best solution is, do I agree with everything on the goddamn no and yes? Do I agree with everything? Yes and no. That's my answer. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I have my own views, my own beliefs. That's okay. But do I judge a game based on that? Like, if the main character, if the plot is something that I disagree? No. If the game is good, if the game has a good story, bada bing, bada boom. Like, fuck's sake, in Fallout New Vegas, you can support slavery. Do I agree with slavery? Hell no. But do I like that ending in Fallout New Vegas? Yes. It's not that difficult to like just separate the thing from the thing, like from the game and that stuff. It's not that difficult, but people are stupid nowadays.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like in Hearts, I love playing Hearts of Iron 4. My hours count of that game shows it. And I mean, yes, it's World War II, and
there's the funny mustache guy, or the Austrian painter.
One of those, for example. And you can go historical for any country, but you can also choose your own path. Like, how about, I don't know,
you can be Soviet Union, you can be what you can be, not you can do the opposite of the certain person.
Sorry, in Call of Duty World at War, you spend one half as the American army and then the rest of it as the Soviet army. Granted, yeah, the Soviet Union were allies in the Second World War, but like,
they were different.
I don't think that means we agreed with everything they were doing back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. Like,
and the game even shows that they can be pretty brutal to their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can just do different things, and you don't have to like I said, you don't have to agree with everything, but that doesn't mean the game suck or the game plot sucks.
Yeah, correctly.
This game is political. It's political trash. It deserves to flop. It's bad design because the main character happens to be gay. or something
Also,
like that.
I hate when people say that this DI slop before the game is out. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if the game has this and this and this as a main character. I don't like. I know for a fact as a writer, like if the write is
in my
good
personal,
if the write is good,
in my
it makes
personal,
it good.
sorry, like I'm trying not to interrupt you, but we just keep interrupting each other. But yeah, I don't think the subject of like alternative sexual identities or transgender stuff, I don't think that's political. I think that's humanitarian, because political stuff you can debate. Humanitarian stuff is not up for debate. There is nothing wrong with being gay or trans.
Yeah,
Like absolutely nothing.
Just there's nothing wrong about that, absolutely. But there's wrong about being an ass of a person. That's the basic of it. If you behave not normally, it doesn't.
But you can't debate whether or not being gay is okay, because it is okay.
Yeah. What I mean is, like, if you don't behave, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't behave if you do wrong stuff, like break the law and that stuff, it doesn't matter. But you cannot say that, like, this is not a dictatorship where everybody says that, not the one person says that this is wrong or that and that. There's nothing wrong about being a gay or trans or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. That's the basic of it.
Yeah.
And even if somebody says that there's no wrong, no, you just ignore them and be off, and like enjoy it. Like, if the character X is a gay and you like them, like, for example, in Dragon Age Inquisition, Dorian, it's been sorry if I misremember the name, it's been like freaking 2-3 years when I played the game, but there's a gay character, and goddamn, I would I would go to bed with him if I would meet a guy in real life, because goddamn, he's hot. Or in Mass Effect 3, or in Mass Effect 3, a James, goddamn, I would go to bed with him because he's hot as hell. And
I don't know. I've seen some sexy werewolves in my time.
And like,
I'm just saying.
And or like, there's a bunch of good, like Astorian. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna say that. Or like so many other characters that is not exactly like my preference. I would still smash the hell out of them.
yeah. I think the point is that every character that Neil Newbon plays is smashable by all genders, except for Nemesis. Except for Nemesis. But I don't know. I think
Nikolai.
People might still find him sexy because he's big and muscular.
Or Nikolai from Resident Evil 3 remake, because that guy's asshole.
Yeah, he's still a good-looking guy though, but
But anyways, before we get dumbass points from all the people listening to this.
Or we start debating whether or not Nemesis is smash or pass Nemesis.
Not that, the get dumb,
smash or
stuff, because everybody here agrees with the things, so that's basically a useless topic, because we all agree with the same things.
Yeah.
Like everybody can be whatever they want and that stuff. It's not a crime. It's okay. It's good that you can be yourself and stuff. That basically we can agree. All of us agree. But this is if you had to pitch a game, it can be anything. What game you would pitch? It can be from a already existing franchise, or a game that you just thought about it. What would be the game? I have fear, because I've been wanting this. I want a open world Pirates of the Caribbean game. I want a story game of Attack on Titan, because the previous ones are alright, but they follow the anime straight up. And then I want that one thing is already happening. I want a James Bond game, and that's announced. And because there hasn't been a James Bond, I don't know, game like 13 years, 10 years or something like that.
There's been several, but I don't think they've been. Aside from GoldenEye, I don't think any of them have been that great.
The last, I believe, was like 2013. The last Bond game, I mean, was like 2013.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So and I know the new James Bond looks like Tom Cruise, but because he does look like James Bond. But to be fair, the game is made by IO Interactive, aka the Hitman, the people who made in Hitman games.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that could be really good.
Yeah, and they even put a James Bond villain into the Hitman assassination of Worlds or something like that game, the freaking Casino Royale bad guy. But I'm hopeful for that game because when I have played IO's games, pretty good. And Hitman and James Bond are relatively similar characters, both being agents and both being assassins. Of course, other one is my cousin, the bald guy. The other one is a freaking. Well, both are. Both have lost their parents at young age, and other one is basically a robot, and other one is a smooth talker. But I don't understand. Disney, you have a money printing machine in a Pirates of the Caribbean. Make an open world game about it. I want to ship Shales and fight Davy Jones. For God's sake, I want that. But no,
it's those goddamn executives again. It won't sell.
It will sell. Just give me a Johnny Depp. Give me Jack Sparrow and Black Pearl, and give me ships that I can sail and that stuff. It's not that difficult. And the only problem is there is a Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's a mobile game. I want full-on console game. I want Sea of Thieves, but in Pirates game.
There was a Pirates of the Caribbean MMO back in the day. It's long since been taken offline, but
yeah,
it was kind of
all right.
Open world. It was janky as all hell, but you know.
Yeah, but the modern the modern graphics or the Pirates of the Caribbean is my dream pirate-esque aesthetic because it's fantastical, but at the same time it's relatively realistic. Take the freaking all the fantastical, all the Krakens, Davy Jones and his crew, and take the one thing, please, Disney, delete Dead Man Tale No Tales out of the canon, please, because that movie was shit. Please take that off. But I would see that I want that game so badly, and well, I want more Attack on Titan, and I want that as a game. Please give me that. And there are probably other ones, but those are at least what I quickly simultaneously thought of. And
for me, sorry.
Don't worry. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't we? Continue.
Okay. For me, it would actually be 3 kinds of games that I would like. Number one, there is this little game which is very dear to me that is called Sierra Ops. I would just want to see that game finished and finalized because it is an amazing game, but unfortunately the devs ran out of money. So it's unlikely that it will happen, but you never know. It's a space visual novel, but also has active gameplay in it with space fights and everything, and the story is really good. So I love that game. The other one would be what I would love to have. Give me a MMO in a fantasy setting that gives me as much freedom and as much stuff like Yggdrasil of the Overlord anime. I don't care how much that thing would cost and how much money I would sink. I would never play anything else anymore because I could literally do whatever I want. It's that would be the best thing ever. And the third one is I'd like to have a game like EVE Online, but in a way that it is basically Eve, but less time consuming, so you have more access to it like a casual player, because I love that game to death, but I can't play it anymore because I just lack the time.
Uh, it's actually a really hard question, but I think, well, I'd really like another Soul Calibur game because I absolutely love those games. Yeah, but I don't know. I think if I were ever to like design a game, I'd probably just end up making a Dynasty Warriors sort of game. Just a beat 'em up where like hundreds of enemies are coming at you once, but they're all like made of paper, so you can like knock 50 of them flying with like 2 or 3 swings, and just like a massive roster of characters, and there's some light elements of strategy, like you have to go capture a base to improve your unit's morale and all that. Like, I think that the developers behind Dynasty Warriors have said, because they've done like tons of crossovers with like One Piece and Fist of the North Star and even Legend of Zelda, and I think they said their dream collaboration is Star Wars.
Mhm.
And I'd be absolutely okay with that. I would adore that.
That's yeah, that yeah. Other one, of course, anything that is not relate, like any Star Wars games that is not related to the movies. AKA, give me like a game that is based like 5,000 years after or before the movies. Like one of my favorite Star Wars, the Old Republic. You don't have to check shit of the Star Wars lore to play the game. You don't have to care about the movies to play the game, and it's still going strong after 14 years, 15 years, something like that.
Didn't BioWare make that?
Yes, but they, I believe, 2022, they released the development for Broadsword because they are focusing on Mass Effect 5, and they did focus on the shit game called Veilguard, sadly.
Was Veilguard actually bad, or is that just...
Yes, it is. It's it's friendship simulator, basically. Like,
Yeah, Veilguard is like...
for example, if you want to be an asshole in Mass Effect, you can be an asshole. You can be in Inquisition and in other Dragon Age games. You can be an asshole if you want. But in Veilguard, you can't not be an asshole. You're gonna
Okay, so it takes player choice away.
basically, even though it's fake player choice, it's basically, like I said, friendship simulator or friendship therapy simulator, basically. And the writing, in my opinion, is not good. It looks like a Pixar game-ish compared to other like Dragon Age games, because it's just all the like how they move. It's I don't know.
Not to mention, we don't really need another Dragon Age game because we have Baldur's Gate 3. So
They are they are.
I mean, yes,
they
I know
are
they're
different.
completely different in terms of gameplay, but you know.
They are like they are relatively different because Baldur's Gate is not more realistic. That's a dumb word to say, but like
No, it's Baldur's Gate is heavily D&D based, while Dragon Age is its own thing. For Veilguard, the correct choice, in my opinion, would have been take Origin as a base, Dragon Age Origins, take that as a base, modernize the UI, continue the story, and continue with that. Because Origins is, in my personal opinion, by far the best Dragon Age game.
The problem basically with that is because the BioWare sees that, and all the developers who worked on that basically sees every game as a standalone, because it kind of is.
Yeah.
And the fact is, the Dragon Age Origins was meant to be a sole standalone game, but then EA and BioWare were like, could we make a sequel? Yes. And also, if if anybody is interested in checking out like what the hell happened with Veilguard, look Mr. Maddie Play's interview of one of the BioWare developers and
Matt McMuscles, is that
no Mr. Maddie Plays.
Okay.
He made an interview with ex BioWare developer and it's in that interview I realized why the hell the game is wrong, because it was a single player game, then it turned to a live service game, then it turned to a single player game again, and they have to restart the project all the freaking time. And also I hate Frostbite.
Imagine having to work on Anthem probably wouldn't help much either.
Funny thing is, I think he said that Anthem would have been a better game if Veilguard wouldn't exist. I believe he said that. Check that yourself. I'm not wondering, but I'm hopeful, and I do have my hopes for the Mass Effect 5 because most of the freaking people who made the original games are back, who are making the Mass Effect 5.
Okay, but call it Mass Effect 4 and pretend Andromeda doesn't exist.
I don't hate Andromeda. I don't hate it. I do understand.
Neither do I.
Mass Effect Andromeda has its problems, of course, but it's not gonna be, because the game, what I understand, Mass Effect 5 is gonna take place. It's not confirmed or anything like that, but I believe it's gonna take place like 700-ish, 700, 900 years ago. If they want, like, that's my understanding of it. It's not confirmed at all, anything by that, but I do understand it's like taking that route, and like. Also, what my hope, what my like, why I'm so hopeful is one of the best writers, in my opinion, are working on the woman who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy, who won a best narrative of 2021. She also wrote it. Deus Ex, I believe is the game
Deus
called.
Ex.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
What I played, I liked, and like Guardians of the Galaxy, the game.
The game, not the movie. Okay.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, pretty good, but I liked pretty good. And then there's like a YouTuber also working on who, like, what I have seen from his stuff, understands Mass Effect really good, and he is a writer.
Sorry, my dog just broke in. She's whining at me.
Aww.
And BioWare basically has to make Mass Effect 5 good if they wanna survive. That's basically no fit, because Veilguard was a flop, Anthem was a flop. Mass Effect Andromeda was it wasn't exactly a flop, like how many copies they sold, but like how you see the story and that stuff. Yeah, flop. Like, I don't like Andromeda's plot basically that much, because the bad guy is non-existent. I don't care about jack shit of the enemy. But the gameplay is fun. The open world-ish things are fun, alright. The environments, they do look good, and that's a huge plus side for Frostbite as a game engine. Also, they are not making the game as in Frostbite engine, which is plus side, because that game sucks for open world games and that stuff. They are gonna make it as an Unreal Engine 5 game. Yes, I know Unreal Engine is, but if they manage
they know what
to
they're
fix
doing, then yeah, because like I've got Tony Hawk's the new Tony Hawk game going right now that runs on Unreal 5, and it works great. And of course, probably the biggest success for Unreal 5 that's not an Epic game is Tekken 8, which looks and runs absolutely fantastic.
Like I said, I have said this in the past, and I say it again. It's not engine's fault. It's the developers' quote-unquote fault not optimizing the game. Yeah. Yes, should Unreal Engine be more accessed, more easy to optimize? Yeah, but at the same time, just work on the game. And I know for some, it's they release the game earlier because they have to. or whatever the reason or whatever the case may be. But still, please work on the game more. I don't want to get more Cyberpunk flashbacks. I don't want to get PTSD from them, please.
Agreed. And as for Mass Effect Andromeda, I think the game had huge potential, but the execution and how it was done was not the most optimal way. And what also is dragging it down, in my opinion, was the fan backlash because no more Shepard. I mean, yes, the Mass Effect franchise was put around Shepard, and the endings of Mass Effect 3 at the time, before they, changed them,
they made it just longer.
The endings were just not satisfactory, in my opinion, for Mass Effect 3. They were not well done. But the whole game of Mass Effect 3 is really good. And Andromeda was, for me, I love the gameplay because you can basically do whatever you want. It was a little bit unbalanced because you could completely break it if you took certain skills and combined them together. But if it would be better balanced, if they got the chance to finalize the story, which they didn't, and if the fan backlash didn't happen because no more Shepard, oh my god. I mean, sorry, Mass Effect fans will probably have my head for it, but I don't care. I think you can only get so much out of a single person's life, and Shepard did so much until Mass Effect 3. It would have been fine to let him or her rest in peace, honestly, in my opinion. And if they would have done it a little bit better and would have communicated a little bit better, and also, not put a badly optimized game out that was rushed, and also where they had issues with the staff, where people were going left, right, and center, budget issues, etc.
Because didn't Andromeda get developed by like a side team?
They got
yes
developed by a side team, partly, and they also had to revamp the whole game 1 year before launch on top of that. So
it's called development hell.
Yeah, exactly. So of course you get a very bad product out of that, right? So, and I think Andromeda has a lot of untapped potential, and it could have been really, really good, and it could have become a very interesting game. I really liked the way they were doing it as a general direction, but the details and the issues in the details were summing up that it's not a really good game, but still it is fun enough to play and to give it a chance, at least in my opinion.
And
basically we can always just blame EA.
Yeah.
But
EA's fault.
One sentence can just justify what my opinion what is wrong with Andromeda. My face is tired. That sentence just says it all. And just look at the memes. Look at the memes of my face is tired.
Face? WTF? What the face?
My face is just tired. That whole sentence and that meme. But also, I give that Shepard could be in Mass Effect 5 because he lives in one of the endings. He lives.
Yes, or they do, or
Shepard either if you do everything perfectly in Mass Effect 3 is one of the endings. He lives. And also, but why I believe also. In Mass Effect 5 there is gonna be why the Shepard is gonna be the main character is because in the Mass Effect 3's endings, or not, doesn't matter what ending you get, except the freaking bad ending where everybody dies, but that doesn't count.
It's so ugly that everyone died.
One of this a old man and a child is talking about Shepard, and the old man says, the kid asks, give me one more story of Shepard. And then the old man, all right, let's hear one more story of Shepard. So I believe they're probably going to do one more story of Shepard. And then if we get Mass Effect 6, big if we get, but then we are probably going to get a new character. I'm just saying, I want Conrad Werner as a main character, please. I want that. And that stuff. Also, like, I hope that, like, I know we are not probably gonna get most of the characters that people love, like Tali, Garrus, Rex, Tane, Miranda. All the characters probably are not gonna die because they are dead of old age. Except Liara or Rex. Liara, Rex, or Drag are probably gonna be there because
I have very limited experience with Mass Effect, so I'm just gonna pretend I know who you're talking about.
They Rex.
I know
Rex.
I know who Liara is, but
well, Liara is gonna be there obviously because she was in the cinematic trailer.
Okay, I also know Joker because he's played by Seth Green, which that's an interesting choice.
He is doing, but he's in that trailer.
But I guess hey, it worked.
Absolutely, but like Rex, Liara, and Drag, I believe it's his name. Anyways, Krogan and Asarian, their species are like Asarians live like plus 1,000 years, and the other ones Krogans, Asarians and Krogans basically are plus 1,000 years old, so they could be in the game. But like all the other races, they live around at the maximum 300 years. So, rip.
Yes, very rip.
And like, I'm hopeful that BioWare can get their asses out of the shit. But
otherwise, they're on their way to being the next Visceral
or next Pandemic. Like Pandemic got cancelled by EA, which I'm sad because I wanted Star Wars Battlefront 3, but nope. Also, that game series is one of the most cursed franchises that cannot get A3. The original
pride and accomplishment.
The original Battlefront 3 was like, nope, you're not gonna get that's gonna be cancelled. The second attempt for Battlefront 3 from DICE was like, nope, you are not gonna get. You're gonna instead get a Battlefield 2042, which sucked ass. But luckily, Battlefield 6 is what I played. Good.
I blame EA and Rise of Skywalker.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
No.
The
story ended with The Last Jedi. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What's a Rise of Skywalker? What is that?
In my opinion, it's not the worst. In my opinion, it's not the worst Star Wars movie. That goes to Attack on Close because.
No, I personally think that Rise of Skywalker is the worst movie because at least Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones had like interesting villains and whatnot, like Darth Maul and Count Dooku.
You also had like good fights in there. I mean,
that's a stretch.
Rise of Skywalker, but like I don't know, like
good fights in like my problem with prequels is the fights. They don't look like fights. They look like they are just doing some dumbass moves with the lightsaber. Like look at Count Dooku versus Anakin. They just spin the freaking lightsabers in the crowd, like doing absolute nothing for 5 seconds.
Well,
like do something else than that.
I don't know. I think it's just because it's. Sorry, Harii, you go ahead.
If you put it like that, Walter, I personally would prefer if they actually went ahead and took some HEMA instruction and did some realistic sword fighting, or more precise with lightsabers, because
something like that.
Cutting with lightsabers is pointless. You would go for a fencing style.
Apparently, Christopher Lee, who plays Count Dooku, did know how to do, like, he did have sword fighting experience. So
Sir, remember?
It
I think
showed.
that's why he
It
wanted to
showed.
play Count Dooku for starters, and also because
Right. And he likes to play
But-
villains, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that as well, but he does them really well. But the thing is, if you compare the Star Wars fight scenes to, like, for example, the take of that one Witcher fight scene in the series that I have in mind, oh freaking day, the Witcher one is so outrageous. He could have been cut down so many times more than any of the Star Wars actors in any of the non Disney era things. And to spin the point back to the Disney things, my opinion about them is Rogue One was something I liked, honestly.
My only problem
I
with
didn't expect much of it because it was not directed by George Lucas.
my problem with
and-
Rogue One is there's no intros, like intro text. That's my only problem with it.
But other than that, it was a solid Star Wars movie that you could live with, and that satisfied me. And then comes the whole Rey thingy. And the first movie, I was skeptical. I was not really satisfied, but I was like, okay, maybe if the second one is better. And then comes the second one, and I'm like, okay, hell nope, I'm completely out of the topic boycott, and I don't look back because
I understand
it's
that.
so bad.
Okay, so my opinion of the sequel trilogy is what it's as it's called. Force Awakens I did quite like, even though it basically is just A New Hope
And they
all
knew
over again, which you could argue is a clever way of showing that no one has learned from history and they're doomed to repeat it and whatnot.
Mm.
But it was a safe way of reintroducing Star Wars to a new generation, I think. Last Jedi I actually did like. There's some major, but I felt like if they stuck to their guns and carried on with the plot points from that movie, people could retroactively look at it and like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. But no, the reaction was too strong, and then we got Rise of Skywalker, which just like abandoned everything and tried to run damage control, and it really didn't need to.
Yeah, like
I don't know. Also, what didn't help is that
There's no
some
vision.
of the movies. Yeah. Not only that, but what also didn't help is that some movies had their director, like the person. I don't have the English word for it. Like what George Lucas' original job was, right? They switched these people out like 3 or 4 times for some of the movies, and of course it's gonna be detrimental to things. And yeah, I don't know. Also, the whole story, like the moment they killed off Luke Skywalker and the way they portrayed him, that was the moment that the whole thing was dead for me, because that was such a slap in the face for the original idea what Luke was portraying. That's just unacceptable as a Star Wars fan, like literally.
Maybe a hot take for me here. I kind of liked how Luke was in The Last Jedi, but hear me out. Because it's 30 years later and the Empire has basically risen again, and he blames himself for it.
And also there is
Because-
a fact that Mark Hamill made actually a backstory for him, which actually makes sense why he is like that. The backstory is he was in love with and he had a wife and a kid, but he accidentally killed the wife and the children, and that's the reason why he is a hermit in the movie. And after that, and this is coming from straight from Mark Hamill. So when I heard that, I went back and watched Last Jedi. I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense. But where the hell is this backstory? I wanted to see that, but nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and nope, in the books, go read the novelization.
Or the Legends timeline, which is called.
And I know what people are going to say is that, like, yeah, but he tried to kill his nephew. Yes, but he panicked. That's people panic and they do things that they immediately regret.
I said,
'Cause-
yeah. I said this in the.
'cause remember
Yeah, go for it. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, because as he showed, like, yeah, he drew his lightsaber because he panicked and saw that Kylo Ren was going to turn to the dark side, but he still stopped and said, "No, what am I doing? This is my nephew. This is a vision. I can fix it, but too little, too late."
Yeah. Like,
But
in my
it
opinion,
defeat-
Last Jedi is not a bad movie. It's a bad Star Wars movie. Rise of Skywalker, it's alright. Yeah, I don't hate it, but it's
I mean, I absolutely hate it. To me, it's the worst Star Wars movie out
and
of
also
all of them.
like I don't understand why Disney just didn't take George Lucas's vision, because he actually wrote a screenplay for 7, 8, and 9. He actually wrote them, and the same, like, why they didn't just make the same thing with the originals? Like, in the originals, like, George Lucas wrote all the 7, 8, and 9, but he didn't like direct it except the first one, I get New Hope. Fifth and sixth.
Executives think they know all.
Fifth and sixth were like freaking directed by somebody else. But and Bob Iger actually promised George Lucas that they are gonna use his like screenplay for 7 and 8 and 9, but nope, he lied. Which
the issue was Kathleen Kennedy. That's because she's the one who has the executive power to overrule anything, and that woman just didn't like what George Lucas wrote and had to have her own spin of things in it, which caused the whole shebang. Also, to finalize the Luke topic, in my opinion, Luke having that impulse out of a panic to get rid of his nephew because he starts falling to the dark side does not make sense for Luke's character, because the guy redeemed Darth Vader. He is all about not giving up hope and getting the people back to the light side, even if they are in the deepest darkness. And if you check the novels that are no longer considered canon, even though the stories are the most excellent ones, and if they would just have made movies out of those stories, nobody would have ever complained and given them any flack for it. Just my take on it. The theme stays with all the consecutive authors, and that is what Luke symbolizes. He symbolizes hope and the redemption from the dark, and by making him go down the route of, oh no, I'm just gonna panic because that little child is starting to fall for the dark side, and then everything goes to heck, is just not fitting his character. Mind you, he fell to the dark side in the books, but he got redeemed by Leia then. So even there he had his dark moments, but in a different and more interesting way, in my opinion. And the Luke Skywalker I consider canon would just not do that. He would be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down with my nephew, I'm gonna find the issue, and I'm gonna solve the problem. He's also not a dogmatic Jedi like Yoda was, for example, or like a Mace Windu. He's because in his Jedi Order, in the books at least, he is a more pragmatic one, where relationships aren't an issue, where he is married himself, has kids himself, etc., etc., etc. And it just doesn't make sense from a how the character was written in the past and how he got changed. It doesn't fit from a continuity standpoint, in my opinion. And that's my major gripe. And as I said, just killing him off was not a good idea. Just no. Because he's like the number one figure that Star Wars fandom loves. And if you kill their favorite, it's
Yeah.
At least do it in a
I mean that
meaningful
could have
way.
saved Rise of Skywalker if he was still there and I mean he just comes back as a Force ghost anyway and I don't know, but I haven't read any of the books, so that might be
I do recommend
might be a problem on my part.
I do recommend reading the book that I said in
although
the
I would
first.
also argue that Luke was never a perfect person in the movies,
He's
but
not.
you know, then again he
He
was
never is.
he was young and
also not in the books.
They do
but
in the Rise of Skywalker they do continue not continue but they do still follow the books some of the books plotline like cloning Palpatine thing, which I hate in both versions. That was in the original book, in the novels as well, which I hate because it's dumb in my opinion. Even though I do understand like in the freaking why Siths are doing that, I do understand because they do seek like immortality and that stuff. But I hate it. Like this is this other like in my opinion that turns to just Call of Duty like I didn't if there's a in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 the recent one there's a scene where a character supposedly is in the tank but in the later season he comes back and a character says that I heard you died in South America and the character who died quote unquote died just said I wasn't in that tank. That just gives me that vibe. Like I hate like cloning storylines because it gives the vibe. It kills the vibe. Like I'm gonna kill the bad guy. Nope, he comes back as a clone. Whoop, fucking do. I hate that.
somehow Palpatine returned. It was a clone, you foolish Jedi.
But like
Nice
books,
impression.
but they are gonna adapt a book story of heir of the Empire or heir to the Empire. Sorry. And they're gonna make a movie about it. And what I have read the books, they are good, and hopefully the freaking directors and that stuff are gonna work that well. Also, like my problem with sequels, there's no Kevin Feige character that just writes the story for 7, 8, and 9, and there's a vision for the fucking whole thing. Like even if it's bad, it follows the bad vision. If it's good, it follows the good vision. It's not like why the hell you have to jump hooves to make sense of the thing. Also, Ryan Johnson read the script for the 7 movie and didn't even see the film before episode 7 came Ryan Johnson didn't like see the movie before he wrote the script for his. He just read the episode 7 script, and he actually said because the episode 7's ending was supposed to be a different one. Ryan Johnson changed the ending of episode 7. Like in the original ending, Luke was going to use Force to like train himself to be ready for the war that is coming. But Ryan Johnson was said like no, do not do that. Be him standing in the freaking
little nitpick when Luke just kind of throws the lightsaber over his shoulder. Like I heard somewhere someone said something funny that now that's what I expect the Lego Star Wars version to do. Like if he just looked at it for a little bit and then just solemnly dropped it on the ground and walked away, that would have been more effective. But no, he just like he turned it into a joke. He just yeets it.
Yeah, and like I don't understand why Disney has to freaking force quote unquote freaking dumbass things to do. Like I don't understand why they don't do a Darth Vader series with a proper writer and proper like director who understand the character, but they do make a like shit show named Acolyte. Like I hate that show just because Plagueis is in that show, and it kind of doesn't make any sense. Also, Kid Adimundi is there, even though he wasn't even born where Acolyte takes place. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I didn't know that. a person who is
It's a corporation. The corporations know best. Won't someone think of the corporations?
like this is the same if like somebody made like if somebody made a Lord of the Rings movie based on freaking dumbass character that it doesn't make any sense. Like something like that.
Yeah. Or what also is a thing in the Ahsoka series, how they are portraying Thrawn. Like, Thrawn is this military genius. This guy used freaking 4 Star Destroyers in the books to bring the whole New Republic, which is basically the government at that point of the galaxy, to its knees and nearly got it to collapse, right? And what do we get in the movie? It's like he does some really stupid decisions that you wouldn't do, like for example, letting Morgan fight Ahsoka and leaving her to die. He would never do that in the books because Morgan is too much of an asset. She's too valuable. And why? Like you have this genius character who could really be a villain for a long, long time. You could make so much out of him. And then yet again, they turned it into this cliche Disney villain, and it's like, oh, come on. It hurts my soul, honestly.
Well, he is gonna be he's gonna be the main villain of the Heir of the Empire trilogy.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced that they will.
Maybe Disney just feels like the villains have to be stupid. Like the hero always has to win. Like I don't know. If Disney had owned Star Wars back when Revenge of the Sith came out, I don't think that movie would have even happened. They would have
But one thing I'm gonna give Disney that I'm happy that the same guy who plays Thrawn in the Rebels series plays him in live action with some. Thank you, because I hate when a voice actor just gets replaced by a actor like somebody else.
Yeah, it's
could
it's not like they're actors or something.
I don't know, shut up. But like freaking, like why not? Because they are making the Mass Effect show, which is written by Fast and Furious writer, which I'm not a fan. I'm hopeful that Mark Meir and Jennifer Hale could make an appearance. Please, I want that. But I'm hopeful because I'm more an optimistic guy. I'm not a cynical person when it comes to Star Wars.
Like I have a good example for the like voice actor and actor discrepancy, we'll call it. So with Metal Gear, how Kojima always had a vision that I don't remember what his name is, but Luca something or other would play Snake in a live action movie, and I'm like, okay, but well, look at David Hayter. I mean, who does the voice for Snake in the games, and like, yeah, he's on the older side, but he still kind of looks like Snake.
And you can just make a makeup like prosthetic face that makes him younger or something like that, and that just could fix like
and there's something really cool is that there was like a fan film for around the time that Street Fighter Cross Tekken was coming out, where like Ken fights Kazuya. It hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about.
I do know the characters, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, they could have just gotten some random actor to play Ken, right? But no, they got Ruben Langdon, the guy who voiced Ken in the game and is a stuntman in real life. And he was phenomenal because he actually kind of looks like Ken, or well, older because he's getting up there in years. And I mean, shit, if they wanted to make a live action Devil May Cry movie, they could get him as well because he voices Dante as well.
Just gonna say if there's gonna be ever Devil May Cry live action, please for God's sake, no Netflix involvement. Because the anime of Devil May Cry was ass.
Was it actually ass, or was it just?
Yeah, it is
bad.
bad.
That just reaction?
Like like go into Reddit and that stuff, you'll see like I asked like super fans, like one of my friends is super fan of Devil May Cry. He was like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
Because I got some friends on.
It doesn't.
I got some friends who like it, but because it's like a reimagining of Devil May Cry 3, right?
Yeah, I believe it's been a while when I saw this. And also, I have a good example why I don't want Netflix and any involvement. Witcher. I would have wanted. No way. Just if you don't know what wrong is with the Witcher series. Well, first of all, Henry Cavill is not one of them. He is a freaking good Geralt. He's amazing Geralt.
Oh yeah, I watched season 1 of The Witcher, and it was great.
Season 1 is great, but then after that they just drop the ball, and it doesn't. It's no way near like Witcher 1, Witcher 2, or Witcher 3, or even at the books. Like, ugh.
Well, yeah, the series is based on is supposed to be based on the books and has no involvement with the games.
Yeah, but like the games, to my understanding, they follow basically good amount of like the bookstore, but still, anyways.
Well, they have like basic plot points, but they sort of do their own thing.
Yeah. Anyway,
they do it in their own way.
Yeah, basically the freaking Netflix show is not following the book timeline at all.
Yeah, past season 1, yeah, that is. Because the writers, the season like, 1 is based on the book The Last Wish, which even then is not really a short stories showing Geralt's adventures. It doesn't really form an actual plot until like the second or third book.
Yeah, and like I just no thank you for like no Netflix, go away. Of like if like
just
just
finish Stranger Things and then go away.
Yeah, that's my opinion. But I don't like Netflix that much at all. But like I do kind of understand sometimes when voice actors get recasted, like if there will be a like Red Dead Redemption 2 or 1 based on either one of the movies of the games, a movie, I would understand why they wouldn't hire Roger Clark Smith as a like Arthur Morgan. And he even gets it. Yeah. Like, he even gets it.
Yeah, like if they were to... Well, I would say don't do another...
Action. I mean...
Don't do another live-action Resident Evil movie, because Resident Evil, I'm starting to think, is not... No one knows how to properly adapt it into a movie, even though it should be the easiest thing in the world.
It's in my opinion, Resident Evil is literally a B movie in itself.
Yeah, like why is that so hard to do? But, yeah... if they were to get Roger Craig Smith for that, because he voices Chris Redfield in a lot of the games, he hasn't voiced him recently, but yeah, like he doesn't look anything like Chris.
Yeah. When I find out the most funny thing about the first Resident Evil live action, they spent on the like Resident Evil 1. The game is about you being in the mansion, right?
Yeah.
In the first Resident Evil movie, they spent around 7 minutes in the freaking mansion. I spent more time on the toilet than they spent on the first game's location.
Those movies are self-insert or insert fan fiction, except instead of the director inserting himself, he's inserting his wife.
Also, Leon as Kennedy in the movies is a Estonian model who doesn't speak English perfectly.
Yeah, and then when they rebooted it, they showed the picture of him, like, okay, guys, you know that Leon and Carlos are two completely different characters, right?
Other one is Latin American like character, and other one is
like that, like that's Carl. That's not Leon. That's Carlos.
I mean that like Carlos is Latin American type of a person who.
Yeah, like. Hey, don't get me wrong. I like Carlos, but Carlos and Leon are not anything alike.
Yeah. And Leon is Boy Scout. Like I'm most of the time I see Leon as a like Boy Scout kind of character.
Well, because rookie cop.
Yeah. And also
until RE4 comes around, then he's and wisecracking at us.
Like. Give me like 40 million, 50 million bucks, and I can direct a good Resident Evil movie. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like freaking like, and also this I forget. In the Resident Evil in the Resident Evil Retribution movie, Ada Wong is in there. Yeah, good, and she even looks like Ada Wong. I give it that from the fourth movie, for the fourth game. The funny thing is, the actor doesn't speak perfect English again, so they hired.
They got the actress from the games to do it, to voice her over.
They dubbed her voice lines. I'm like,
well, she speaks English. It's just that she's from mainland China, so
and there's an accent,
a very thick accent.
Yeah, and
which Ada doesn't have. But
yeah, and I'm like, bro, like why not just train her?
Like, this is fan fiction. Dude has to stop. Like, actually, no, I take that back. I read fan fiction that is way better than this shit.
Like I said, I spend more on the toilet than they spend on the freaking first game's location, which is like.
I will give them props for doing Nemesis with practical effects, though.
But I'm gonna take those props away because the freaking Nemesis was a love interest of Alice in the movie.
What?
Yeah, he was the main Nemesis in the like Resident Evil Apocalypse. I believe it's the second movie. Nemesis is the actor, the guy who in the first movie Alice was interested in, like romantically. He's the same guy.
Oh my!
That's the same. Like that's the same.
Does he have any interaction with Jill at all in the movie?
Basically, no.
Really?
No, basically no.
Like his one overarching characteristic that he really, really, really wants to kill Jill Valentine is just they just took that out.
It's the same with like Silent Hill Retribution, I believe.
Revelation or something. How
anyways,
in that Pyramid Head is supposed to protecting Heather Mason, which no. First of all, she should not even see Pyramid Head because he's, fuck.
Anyways, the point is that it's the same with Silent Hill Retribution or Revelations, that they made a bad guy, or bad guy basically, like a good character. Kind of like, it's I'm like, his Nemesis is a good character, a good person.
It's a bad guy that has it's a bad guy that has no sense of right or wrong because they're above that. Like Nemesis is just doing his job because he's a tyrant and he was programmed to do it.
Oh yeah,
Pyramid Head is just the will of Silent Hill being summoned to punish James Sunderland for what he did.
Oh yeah. In the Resident Evil Apocalypse, in the same movie, Nemesis fights his programming off and starts murdering Umbrella agents because he remembers he loved Alice from the first movie.
Well, yeah, I could see him doing that in the games because they established that he's kind of unstable, but
that's the main reason why he fights Umbrella is because of love.
Which
is not correct. Like imagine like Palpatine being a good guy because because he saved a turtle in his childhood, and then some turtle guy is a freaking like a good guy. He's like, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna be a good guy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I will be in that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Sorry, Harii. Walter and I have just been going at it. For a while.
It's fine.
But a good example for a director that is working on a game project or game movie project is Elden Ring director. He wrote a 160-page script. He went to Japan and delivered the script to the Miyazaki, and Miyazaki was like, yes, good. And then he has played Elden Ring 7 times through.
What was his name?
Alex.
Hang on,
Alex Garland, I believe. Yeah.
Alex Garland, who is
he wrote
Ex Machina and Civil War. Okay, so he's like he's pretty renowned. He's he's got some good movies under his belt.
It's produced by A24, I believe, the same studio that made Lighthouse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the way to do it, in my opinion. Play the game, or watch somebody else to play the game, and like get invested into the game, its story, its world, etc., and be like, let's do this way and this way. If they are not gonna make the game story, because that's way it's the more proper way. Not be like, I'm gonna make this ass plot because.
Yeah, basically a little bit like doing a research paper. Get to know the topic properly, know the implications, know what the fans want, know what the fandom is about, immerse yourself in it, and then make something good out of all that information. And preferably also get a green lighting for from the
original creators,
Miyazaki, or
the original creators. Yeah, get them involved, like with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like Miyamoto was wholly involved in the development when that movie was getting made. I mean, granted, Mario is easy to do. It's just
they fucked it up last time.
Adventure movie.
They fucked it up.
It's a kids' adventure movie. What?
They did fucked it up last time when Super Mario movie was made.
Oh yeah, the live action one.
Yeah, that's
why Nintendo was like, okay, no more movies for us. But now they have like a bit of creative control over it, so it's like, okay, we can do it, but you guys really need to listen to us.
Yeah, like that's why I liked Attack on Titans anime, because Hajime Isayama was like in the studio supervising like the vision, like do this, write that, and that stuff. I'm like, that's. And I'm hopeful that more and more like original creators are involved on these projects, even though like Borderlands movie is not a good example how to not.
Like Eli Roth directed that movie. Like he should be a perfect fit for a movie like that, but like
in my,
I don't know. I blame the studio.
Yeah, and
the
also
executives thinking they know better.
Like the casting of Borderlands of the movie, like what the fuck you. I don't want to give him heart in that movie. No offense to him, but
I mean, Jack Black. Jack Black as Claptrap sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and in my opinion, he was probably the best part of the movie. But like Kevin Hart, no.
But Jack Black is good in like everything he's in, because he just plays himself.
Yeah, and
of course, Jack Black is just
Casual
a bundle of chaotic joy. So
yeah, and that stuff, and I'm hopeful, like I said, more and more original creators of Axting are involved, because that way that the fans of Axting are like happy, like that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not like let's make a Super Mario movie where the actors are drunk on set. The Bowser looks hideous. If you wanna get nightmares, just look at Bowser on Super Mario's live.
Or let's make a live action Super Mario Brothers movie, and what?
It looks like I'm on drugs. It looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, or like I imagine it's fun to watch in a so bad it's good kind of way. So at least that it's got that going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there are so many other games that could be a movie if it's given to right people. Like I'm gonna be surprised what I'm seeing from the Dead by Daylight movie, because I'm like, how the hell are you gonna make this a movie? Because there's
I mean, Blumhouse is making it, and yeah, they've got experience with horror games, and they actually own some of the licenses that are in Dead by Daylight. Like I believe they own Halloween right now, so it's a very real possibility that Michael Myers could show up in that movie.
Yeah, but like it is, but the lore aspect is a little bit confusing with Dead by Daylight. So I'm like, and there's so many characters as well. So I'm like, how this is gonna make sense?
I don't know. Maybe have the original 4 survivors as like the main characters, and have like a few other ones show up.
Yeah, like that's why I'm wondering most of the time if a live service project is gonna be turned to a if you're moving. I'm like, how are you gonna make it? Because there's like 50 characters or 60 characters, and there's this map and that map and that map and this map, and the lore is confusing. It's like, what the fuck? If they are gonna take the same road as Arcane, then I'm happy. Kind of like happy that they are they take some characters and some characters.
Yeah, and I mean, we also have the casting of Frank Stone, which sort of shows that, it can be done in a sort of cinematic way, even though the actual Trials of Dead by Daylight doesn't happen in the game. At least not until the very end.
Yeah, true.
And
like Final Fantasy Freddy's worked. Like there are good games.
I mean, I think Final Fantasy Freddy's is a fun movie. I don't think it's very good, but
it is good.
But then again, I have no attachment to the FNAF games. So
like the thing is, like casual fans, casual quote unquote, but people who don't know Final Fantasy Freddy's, basically, this is like most critique of the movie, that people who aren't or love or like or care basically Final Fantasy Freddy's, they're like, yeah, it's not good. But those who care, like me and a lot of fans, are like, yeah, this is hella good. It's exactly what I hope.
Yeah, and you could say the same thing about the Super Mario Brothers movie, but it's Mario. Like literally everyone knows.
Yeah, and like when I watched the freaking movie, exactly what I wanted. I was like, wait, this is PG-13, but it's fine. It's probably
because Scott Cawthon is a good Christian boy, and he was like heavily involved with it.
Yeah, and also like it brings more money if it's PG-13.
So kids can go and watch it without their parents having to supervise them.
To be fair, Scott Cawthon doesn't need any more money. But still, because Jesus Christ, Final Fantasy Freddy's has sold a lot of freaking copies, and
it has.
And one thing Scott does do, he takes the critic into the heart. So, and what I have heard, like early test screenings for the FNAF 2 movie, they have been great. Like and that's usually a good sign. But again, I'm gonna wait until the movie comes out, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's better than the last one. Like, also, the funny thing is, moving from Final Fantasy Freddy's, Call of Duty is getting probably a movie.
I mean, that should work. Just take Modern Warfare or something and put it in live action.
Just take the original Modern Warfare and make a live action.
The problem is
a little bit of backstory around it, so people understand what's going on. That would work out well.
The problem is Call of Duty is Call of Duty story is basically like this. I'm gonna shoot this guy. My brain wasn't in my body. That's the basic of it. If you see a character die, that usually means they're dead. But not in Call of Duty. If you see character die, they are not dead. In the recent games, that's the most funny.
Yeah,
thing.
And the more I think about it, it's also like there's so many like military action movies. It might just blend in with the rest of them.
And also, this is the same studio that made Halo TV show, which is not good.
Which I never saw it.
But, don't watch it. It's not no way near like the same thing. Master Chief wouldn't have had sex with a Covenant spy in the games. He did it, but in the TV show, for some reason, he has a sex scene. Which I'm like, what the fuck? Is it not how I saw Halo?
No, studio, put his helmet back on.
Like,
put his helmet back on. You do not get to reveal Master Chief's face
in the first episode.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh no, that's a no-go.
like just because in the games as well, he has taken helmet off, but we haven't seen his face basically at all.
Yeah, we saw his eyes,
and that was it. And the lower jaw in the first game, they're like good camera angles. Use good camera angles.
And he looks like so withered when we see his eyes, like he's just seen too much and he's so tired, and that just gets you even more interested. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
And
but
like you want to see his face, but at the same time
it ruins the fun basically, or the imaginary side of like how you would see.
I used to think the same thing about Doom Guy, but then again, we do see his face in the first game.
Yeah, and
it's right there.
And please put the helmet back on. But a game that could work, there's a lot of games, but could work as a movie, Half-Life. That could work as a movie.
Yeah, it could. Or like a series, maybe.
Both.
Because there's so much story in there. They could get like 3 or 4 seasons out of it with just the game story.
Yeah, and then we could finally could get at the same time when Half-Life 3 movie would come out. Half-Life 3 a game, please. I'm still wanting the Half-Life 3 like many people want. And the fun, like all the leaks when why am I saying Fallout? Half-Life 3, like all the leaks, and it's finally coming out. I'm like, no, it's not. No.
Yeah, I mean, Half-Life Alyx rewriting the ending of episode 2 probably kickstarted the hopes and dreams a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it's in my opinion, it's Half-Life Alyx is fine. In my opinion, it's a good VR game. Don't get me wrong. I want to play that game, but I'm still wanting a mainline Half-Life 3 game. Like a lot of people. And the problem with Half-Life 3 is that it's been quite long, so everybody will have a different different view. What is a good Half-Life 3 game and what's not? What would be not good?
In fact, that's why it took so long, is because Valve was like, "Fuck, we can't live up to these kinds of expectations. It's just taking too long. It's crazy."
Yeah, and like what I heard, like there's been like 5 Half-Life projects that have been cancelled like over the years. But well, why you hate number 3? I'm just asking why. Half-Life did.
I don't know.
Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3.
Well, I don't know. Portal's story finished up quite well in Portal 2, so I don't think there needs to be a third one.
Yeah, but still, it could be nice. A spin-off game and that stuff could be nice. Left 4 Dead 3, where the hell that is? I've been waiting for a good zombie co-op game that is not based on cards.
Yeah, we definitely don't need a Team Fortress 3 because that game is still going.
At some time, yes, we do need, but not
anytime nice, soon. Because they haven't like released any major updates in like years, but
not like, anytime soon.
But like tens of thousands of people are still playing it daily, so they don't really need to make another one.
Yeah, that's fair. But at the same time, I do want more. I do wish that Valve would go back making games instead of being a marketplace, because Steam is they do basically make all the money.
We need more heavy weapons, guy.
Heavy weapons, guy. Beast, I'm not afraid of a man, but that thing scares me.
It scares me. Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe.
Also,
I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet.
Also, rest in peace, Soldier's voice actor.
Yes, Rick May.
And like, please Valve, make a animated Team Fortress series, because Meet the Team is hella fun series.
Yeah, like do it all in source filmmaker. That's literally what it's for.
Yeah, and there's
or like hires, or like the fans will do it. They'll do it, and like they can get the voice actors to do it, because I follow the Medex voice actor on Twitter, and he's like he's big into that. Like he absolutely adores when people like show support for the game.
Yeah. It's good. Same goes to the Tommy Jarvis from Friday. The actor who played him in the 6th or 5th movie, he's in bunch of fan projects because he loves them. Like he wants to support them. It's just I wanna see Harrison Ford in a freaking in a fan film of Indiana Jones. I wanna see that. He's not gonna do it, but that's not gonna mean that's not gonna mean that my hopes and my dreams are invalid.
Like he donated his face to the Great Circle, even though it's Troy Baker who's voicing the character. Oh, and also, yeah, if you make a movie game that has Troy Baker as one,
Harrison Ford as the face.
Well, yeah. If you decide to adapt a game and one of the characters played by Troy Baker in the game, just get him to play him in live action, because I'm just saying he's a sexy man.
And the novel, of course, the face is not at all similar in my opinion, but he does a perfect, in my opinion, Harrison Ford voice. Like the Indiana Jones voice of his. Well, to be fair, Troy Baker is one of the greatest voice actors in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's like
Joker, Batman, Joel. He's in Borderlands and does on all kinds of roles that he does.
Didn't he? I was about to say he played Handsome Jack, but no, he didn't play Handsome Jack. That was someone else.
He did play somebody in Borderlands, but I don't remember who.
Chief among which is in Death Stranding. He plays the villain Higgs, and well, that's his face. They used his face.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Only problem that I have is the game is Walking Simulator. The first one is Walking Simulator, and the second one is UPS Simulator.
Well, the second game, it's a bit more action packed, and if you played Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain, you'll probably feel a lot of similarities.
It still feels like to me like a freaking UPS or home delivery simulator.
I mean, yeah, it is, but in the apocalypse with ghosts that will cause nuclear explosions because Kojima.
The funny thing about Kojima, he has like 500 ideas story. He put like 500 ideas into the thumb drive, and the freaking studio, his own studio, can open the thumb drive after he dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that as well. Yeah, if I have a studio, I'm gonna do that.
It's a good idea actually, because it will help.
Yeah.
It will not indefinitely preserve the vision, but it will provide a solid guideline on how it should go on and how it should be.
A funny thing about him is, like, he roasted AAA developers, saying that if a studio is making a game that there's guns, a lot of those people who don't know how to handle gun or how to shoot them, and I think he said, like, I know how to shoot a gun, I know how to kill, or something like that. I'm like, okay, let's go. Okay,
you know how, but let's hope you don't. People already think you're kind of crazy just because of what you put in games, but
that was a good set. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be.
I believe you.
But
he don't demonstrate.
But I understand his sentiments. But like, I'm gonna be a little worried about that. Should I be worried?
Yeah.
Also, he said that he wants to be an Ingram or something like that, kind of like in Cyberpunk. Something like that. He said. I'm like, okay, Mr. Robot.
Yeah, that may be a little bit much.
Yeah, currently.
But the thing about, hey, if you want to make a proper movie and do stuff in a good way, or if you want to do a video game in a good way, get some experience. Like if you want to do a good sword fight, get in touch with your local HEMA guys and let them show you what real medieval sword fights look like. And you can make them look amazing while being realistic. You don't need these, overcooked, overdone thingies that movies most of the time do. Or if you want to make an action movie with guns, you don't even need to shoot a real gun, but hey, go out, play paintball or soft air at a sanctioned site in your country and gather experience on how it is. Or maybe get if you are a bigger studio, get a freaking military advisor in your studio who knows what they are doing, because you can't just afford it because you have FU money anyways. And then you can get the realism into it, and you can nudge it here and there. Nobody will mind if you stretch it a little bit, but you can still stay realistic all in all. And not like, we are gonna we're gonna have a matrix running down on the screen and typing in some weird sentences and suddenly your PC is hacked. No, it's not like the frick that works.
Yeah. Also, please, if you're using airsoft guns, please don't take the orange thing off, because I think that is that has to be on. Because otherwise, if you take remove the orange piece, it looks like a real gun. And then police is gonna be like,
badly.
And then police is like, what the hell is going on over here? What the hell? But
what is this? Die, terrorist!
But also, you don't have to have experience with games. You don't have to have any experience of coding and stuff. Undertale. That is Dopey Fox's first game.
And he made it in freaking Game Maker, which literally, well, like a studio version of Game Maker you have to pay for, but
yeah, and this is developers saying, and I know this for a fact, that the code is absolute mess, but who the hell cares? It's a it's a masterpiece of a game, and
yeah,
I mean, you should have enough coding experience that if you do use a well-known engine, you should at least go in there and fix any intrinsic bugs so that your game isn't a complete mess.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
you
don't have
to security standard as well, because that's an issue nowadays.
Yeah, but if the code is mess, the players won't see it. That's the thing. Like, the developers will realize that it's a mess, but players, hell no. They're like, oh, hey, that's cool. This is cool. What the hell is this and that stuff? And they're like, okay, yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, there is such a thing as charmingly janky. So, as long as the game works, it's fun to play, then, people can forgive a little bit of technical oddities.
Janky in a nutshell.
Helldivers 2 being a prime example of that. It's such a fun game. I enjoy the heck out of it, but it has its fair share of issues.
Like, if the game is chunky, so what? It's fun. I don't mind it. Like,
I mean, not so janky that it becomes unplayable in certain aspects, and you have to work hard to have the fun. But
Chank. Speaking of Chank, Gollum is a good example how not to do a good Chank, or Cyberpunk's launch, or Redfall, or Battlefield 5's beta, because that was absolute atrocious. Or Battlefield 2042's beta. My eyes. Or Arkham Knight's PC port. Or good example. Other good examples. Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye was ass, and it is ass. And if people don't know what Mind's Eye is, it's basically a Call of Grand Theft Auto clone without it being a good clone. And for example, you cannot do open world activities in the open world. You have to go to a separate menu to activate them.
Oh no.
Yeah, you'll have to like open. It's not exactly the same, 100% the same, but it's kind of like in the GTA. You'll have to open the phone, click an other menu, and then other menu, and then do you want to activate this side activity? Then yes, it's basically like that. It ran absolutely horrible. It's like 20 FPS per second, something like that. The drive mechanics are like freaking like it's not. It's the same if you will be stuck in a quicksand. It's the driving mechanics, the shooting mechanics are the same. Like no, it's not good.
Yeah, charmingly jank is like in GTA 4, where if you park too close to a swing set and all of a sudden you're just shooting off into the distance for some reason.
Yeah, or
that's an actual. Yes, that's an actual thing.
Or in GTA 5, in there, like when the game came out, if you wanted to be a plane with a truck, just drive basically any gate where other player is standing. You'll be a plane. Flip! You're in the sky. And
or the Manimals in Red Dead Redemption, where the skins for the human characters were put over animals, so you'd have like
Hella
a guy
cool.
who's like twisting like a snake, and people will be like, "What the hell?"
And also,
or that time in Skyrim when they patched it and the dragons started flying backwards.
One, like, even though Rockstar's business model is ass in my opinion, but one thing why, in my opinion, they are one of the greatest developers, because in Red Dead Redemption 2, horse balls, they get smaller if they are in cold, they get bigger if they are in warm areas.
Yeah, in real time though, so you have to be standing there for quite a while.
It is like that
before anything happens.
That's a dumbass detail to pay attention, but like all the details in Red Dead Redemption 2 is wow, it's amazing. Like that, and also like that game's story is absolute great. Dutch, Arthur, John, all of the characters except the one rat that I'm not gonna say for spoiler reasons is amazing. Even the rat one is amazing too. Just play the game. That rat is ass. That rat deserves every goddamn shot that I'm gonna shoot at him. Also,
and I was playing a game yesterday, and it was like this little bratty kid with these apocalyptic powers, and I'm like, can I just punch her, please? I know it's a child, but well, not really a child, but you know, it was Resident Evil Village, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking Evelyn. Fuck that kid.
And for the fucking details, please, Ubisoft, don't screw up Assassin's Creed Black Flag's remake. Please don't screw that.
They're remaking it?
Yeah, they are remaking it. The few of the developers accidentally leaked pictures of like they are working on the game, and the freaking original voice actor accidentally leaking that he's working on the remake or voicing the remake.
Whoopsies.
Yeah. Which I'm like, yeah, this basically confirms it.
I don't know. It's probably riddled with microtransactions though, because it's Ubisoft.
And the reason why, and also like why Skull and Bones is getting the second year. Guess who is making the remake? It's the game goddamn same studio, aka Ubisoft Singapore. So they like in Skull and Bones year 2, they are like putting ground combat into the game, and it's got like my suspicion is it's probably because that way they can market the game like, if you like Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, hey, we have Skull and Bones. It has everything that Black Flag had. Like they're going probably that way. Which I understand.
Everything every Ubisoft game has, because they're all the f***ing same.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're in different contexts, but like, you know, there's always radio towers you have to climb. There's always usually white man.
Yeah, that's like yeah, but again,
Now I'm starting to sound like Stephanie Sterling.
I'm not a fan of Ubisoft games, but I am a fan of Assassin's Creed, which is probably fault, but I do like them because there's nothing off like Assassin's Creed games. That's the problem. Like it's the same with like Call of Duty. Like there's nothing basically that makes Call of Duty other games that are similar to Call of Duty when you played it. That's why most of the Call of Duty players are not going to play other games. Like there's nothing similar. That's why I like give me some. I want a Assassin's Creed game, similar Assassin's Creed game that is in Japan, based on Japan, aka Assassin's Creed Shadows. But give me something like that. Some other story, please. I want that. Like I want cyberpunk style of a game, but in Japan, for example, in history time of Japan. I want that. But nobody has done that. Yeah, I know Rise of the Ronin, but that combat is ass in my opinion in that game. Also, as Rise of the Ronin is 100 gigabytes. It's RIP. I have a few more questions, then we are gonna wrap this up. What game series? What game series is you are not like? What? Why the hell people are fan of that series? Even a game series that you haven't played, but a lot of people like that. What would be one? What
like that we don't like, or that we haven't played?
You haven't played, or you don't like. It can be either one.
Okay. Shit. Well, that's a lot of games, really.
Well, you can just pick few.
Well, I would say all the EA sports games, but that's too easy.
Yeah, that's the easy way out.
Excluding sports games.
Yeah. Final Fantasy. Yeah, I don't hate Final Fantasy. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't work for me. Yeah, I wish I could elaborate, but I really don't. I don't get it myself. Which is weird because I do like Kingdom Hearts.
That's a good game to be a good game franchise to be fair.
Yeah, if you can follow the story. I mean, granted, the only one I've played so far is the first one, and it's, it's pretty self-contained. Well, until you play Birth by Sleep, and then
yeah.
Struggling to find one actually.
I haven't played Silent Hill. The whole franchise.
Oh, you should though.
Yeah,
something. I mean, the Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 remake came out, so you should at least try that one.
I know, but something is like, something is wrong with. Like my spidey sense is tickling. Like, don't play the game for some actual reason, even though it probably should.
Well,
other one is Borderlands.
I understand that, but at least with Silent Hill, I kind of understand because, well, for like the early ones, like 1 through 4, they are very disturbing games, especially 2, because 2 has some very, very depressing moments that will make you want to just shut the game off, and because it deals with a lot of heavy subjects.
Yeah.
And of course, Pyramid Head, because he was actually scary back then. And if you like spent a lot of time with Resident Evil, then you might be more used to the action horror thing, which Silent Hill definitely is not. Like, there is gun combat in it, but like you're sort of encouraged to not fight, to instead just run away, because there's like no clear indicator of when you've actually killed an enemy.
Other one that I wanna get into, but I haven't, and I'm sorry to my fellow countrymen, Alan Wake. The whole Alan Wake 1 and 2, I wanna play, but I haven't. Even though the first one is on sale on Steam, like for $1, I believe. So I'm gonna probably pick that. And it's for the main reason it's a Finnish game, and it will be a heresy if I wouldn't play that.
I mean, Assassin's Creed is a Canadian series, so. Oh yeah, you guys didn't know that. Its main developer is Ubisoft Montreal, so. Yeah.
Has
In
all the
fact,
games
Dead by Daylight is a Canadian game too.
Yeah, the behavior is.
Yeah, they're based in
Quebec, I believe. Yeah, it's a Canadian, but I'm trying to remember the city where they're based on.
Oh, yeah, not. Yeah. No, that's not one, unfortunately. It's really hard for me to find one that I actually haven't played because I've played so freaking many. where I played at least one game out of the series. And let's see, something that I have not played that I would play. Armored Core 6. Armored Core 6 is one of the Armored Core series that I haven't played yet, that I want to play, and that I actually have. I just need to find the time to play it. But finding a known series where I haven't played at least a single game is currently proving impossible for me.
Like I said, Alan Wake, Silent Hill. Excluding the sports games, well, actually, I have played them. I still play them.
Oh, actually, I found one. Nah, scratch that. I played the first part, so whatever, scratch that. I thought I found one, but no.
Not that one. Yeah, Alan Wake, Silent Hill. Those games basically are ones that I haven't played at all. And Final Fantasy. I don't care at all of that game.
Well, I take that back. It's not that I haven't played Final Fantasy. I've played 7, but that's about it. And well, yeah, because 7 is the one for a lot of people. But I mean, I liked it well enough, but not enough that I wanted to get invested in the rest of the series because I don't know.
It depends actually. They are differing quite a bit from each other, and it's worth trying out multiple of them. What I actually like, hold on. What I actually like is where is it? I actually like Final Fantasy 13, even though there are a lot of I like a lot. It's been fun, a good ride. There are a lot of people who are like, it's not so good, but I personally really like that one. 9 is obviously also a pretty good one. So you'd really have to check and to see, because even though 7 is considered the best Final Fantasy game, and I personally agree with it, there are some hidden gems in the Final Fantasy series, but you'd have to look into each and every single of the games and form your opinion based on what you see, or maybe if you get a demo on your hands.
Yeah, like I've thought about trying 16 before because I don't know. But I think it's like moved too far away from Final Fantasy. It doesn't feel that one doesn't feel like Final Fantasy. It feels like The Witcher almost.
Well, Final Fantasies are good because you don't have to basically play the previous ones to learn anything about.
Well, yeah, they're all their own separate
entities.
Canon. Even though sometimes some of them do get sequels, like 7, 10, and 13 all got direct sequels.
Yeah, but like it's the same with Persona series. You don't have to play Persona 3 to play Persona 4, or you don't have to play Persona 5 to play Persona 4.
Yeah. Oh, there are some continuity nods. Like,
yeah, they are like
how the team in Persona 4 visits the school from Persona 3.
And there's like a Persona 3 poster in Persona 4, the main character's room, and that stuff. But like, you don't. There are some like Easter eggs, you can say, of like previous characters.
Yeah.
Like in.
But yeah, the only recurring character in the series is Igor.
Which I please, for the love of God, please hire put the same voice actor who voiced him in Persona 5 in every game, please. I prefer that.
That's it. Like the real Igor, that is, not the fake one.
The freaking whoever voiced him, whoever voiced Persona 5's Igor, please put him in Persona 3 and 4. Persona 3 is, I believe, Persona or was it Persona 4's Igor voice is like Gremlin energy, in my opinion.
I think, didn't that voice actor die?
Rest in peace.
Or what was his name?
Persona 5 Inc. VA. Persona 5 Royal. Give me Igor.
Oh no, he is. He's still alive.
Yeah, David Lodge. Please hire David Lodge into every goddamn Persona game.
Wait, let me double check actually.
Because the Persona 4 or 3 version of the character makes, my opinion, him sounding like a Kremlin.
Oh no, David Lodge is the fake Igor in Persona 5. Kirk Thornton is the real one.
Anyway, the freaking first Igor that you meet. Like, the first time you meet Igor and that voice, I want him.
Oh, that one. How goes the rehabilitation?
Yeah, that. The freaking that voice is way better than this kind of voice.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
That is way better voice than the freaking Persona 4 is. I'm fucking
You know, that's what he sounded like for the entire series.
It's better. It's change that, please. Change the canon, because I hate that voice. And that's like, I haven't played Persona 4 first of all because I hate chippy style. I hate chippy art style in games.
I mean, it's still a good. I mean, granted, it's getting a remake anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna be waiting for playing that. Like, I hate the chippy art style. I played Persona 4 Gold in like 10 hours or something like that. But Persona 3 masterpiece, Persona 5 almost masterpiece. I just don't like the plot as much. I prefer.
I mean, Persona 5 is my personal favorite, but then again, that's the first one that I played to completion, so there's a little bit of bias there.
But
hint for Walter's community: get him to get a chibi.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
And those who know the freaking manga that I'm drawing, if that manga gets a chippy style, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I don't want that. I hate that. Like, I don't mind chippy in anime in most of the cases, but I hate, for example, in a series, most isekai series that do this, that if there's a comical scene, it's in chippy style. I'm like, get that off. I hate that. I hate when our style is like chip.
I kind of understand. I understand that, because one of the first RPGs I ever played, like first real RPGs that wasn't Pokemon, was Tales of Symphonia. Yeah, and that's a phenomenal game, but it's kind of hard to take it seriously because the characters are all chibi.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it like so. I personally adore chibis, but you can't put them in every kind of setting and expect the audience to take it seriously because chibis are normally used for comic relief, right?
Yeah. Although I think in that aspect, Persona 4 might work a little bit because, yeah, if you've played Persona 4, you know it's a very game.
Mhm.
I mean, not as dark as 3, but you know it has its moments.
What is a good example if a game or anime or whatever would be a chibi style that would ruin Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? If that show would be completely chibi style, no. Attack on Titan, no. Absolutely no. Lord of the Rings, absolutely no.
I'm just thinking Berserk chibi. No.
No. Goat Geass, hell no.
Like, imagine playing the entire Eclipse scene from Berserk, but it's in chibi. Like, one of the most horrifying scenes in all of fiction is now a complete joke.
If Code Vein would get an anime that in chibi style, hell no. Pirates of the Caribbean in chibi style, hell no.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean got Legos.
Yeah, but it's not the same because like Lego minifigures are both like all the same scale. Like the head is same scale.
I guess
it's not like the big minifigures where the head is a little bit smaller than the body, like a Hulk minifigure. Like the Hulk body is bigger than the head and that stuff.
Yeah.
Spy X. No, Spy X. Yeah, actually, never mind. That works. Gagekurui. If people who don't know what it is, that is basically gambling anime.
Because yeah, Spy X Family. I mean, Anya is basically.
Well, he is a kid. Anya is a kid.
Anya. She always kind of looks a little chibi, not completely, but you know.
And in my opinion,
she's much more adorable than either of her parents. Which, yeah, I know she's adopted, but
in my opinion, Anya is the word or the existence of a word called smug.
Yeah.
If you say
smug Anya.
Yes. Gran Crescenki wouldn't work as a GP because that series is a little bit more of military than fun side. But more comical stories will work better in chibi than the serious one. Like I said, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, and more examples, like more series that takes themselves serious than freaking comical side, like I don't know, 7 Deadly Sins or High School DxD or other like those. Moving from games to anime. What is an anime that you or series that you recommend to people to watch?
I don't actually watch that much. Yeah, I don't watch that much anime. I'm sorry to say. In fact, I mean, I guess One Piece if you're really willing to get into it for the long haul.
Or you wait for the remake to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's Overlord. Don't need to think about it. It's my favorite anime. It's amazing.
Okay, but in terms of manga though, rather than anime, Bakuman. Because it's a series about two like teenagers who are trying to get into actually writing manga or creating manga, and like it goes over all the specifics about how manga gets made, and it's by the creators of Death Note, so you know there's a good quality to it.
From the obvious ones like Berserker, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Overlord, Akame Kill, Solo Leveling. From out of those, I recommend all of those. Parallel World, Pharmacy, Journey of Elena. If you want a bad anime, but it's fun anime, 7 Deadly Sins. Parallel World Pharmacy is isekai story. Yes, they are overdone, but this is another person who gets isekai to be a medic or pharmacy holder. He keeps a pharmacy on, and it's a more chill anime, and he studies medicine and that stuff, learns new stuff and that stuff, and it's a chill anime. I recommend it. Art style is overused, I would say, but it gets the job done. Journey of Elena is a teenager witch learning to be a witch more better, making mistakes along the journey and that stuff. If you want a dumbass isekai anime that is real fun, Skeleton Knight in Another World. A person who gets reincarnated as a Skeleton Knight. It's dumb, it's fun show. Don't care about the plot. It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, I did actually think of another one. Dandadan.
Yeah, that's also a good anime.
Yeah, because the banter back and forth between the main characters is just like, it's quick, it's snappy, and it's really funny because I don't know, they're just not afraid to make them say stupid stuff.
Yeah, that's what I watched. It's dumbass fun, basically, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if you don't, there's also the '97 adaptation of Berserk.
Yeah,
which it covers the Golden Age arc, and like it's really beautiful. It is still quite violent, and yeah, if you're especially susceptible to being traumatized, then I would recommend not watching the final episode, because that's the aforementioned eclipse scene.
And the Berserker is the anime where the one meme comes from, the meme song. The Berserker is himself of a team is like the one meme that is constantly used.
Which one is
the
that?
Freaking, I don't remember.
Yeah. That song.
Team of Gods. That's the
show where that comes from. It was written for that show. It's still a very good song, and it plays when he's like having like a tender moment. But it's been mean to hell and back.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like that's the problem with that scene is I have seen that I have heard that song in so many memes that it's ruined for me to not hear it.
Because people keep also the intro, the opening song for this series is ass. Like it's stupid.
What else? Apothecary Diaries is probably that and Goat Geass. Those two are amazing. Goat Geass alternative universe where a Britannia basically conquers the whole world, and the main character is part of the royal family, and he disagrees with the freaking royal family, and there's mechas and there's a full-on civil war starts. It ended perfectly with the season 2. If you wanna keep going, the movie is alright. It's not perfect, but it's alright, and it does justify how certain character comes back. Not the main character, don't get me wrong, but the certain character. And then I haven't seen the season 3 yet. Apothecary Diaries is around 1450s century China, where the main character is apothecary, and she's one of the smuggest characters and one of the I don't give a shit characters. They're like, do I have to do this? Okay, let's do it. What the hell you want from me? Oh, this, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, fine. And she is really funny that she experiments on herself with the medicine. Her hand is fucked up, and he has like she's Mao Mao is one of the funniest characters that I have seen on the scene because her attitude to doing stuff is like, for fuck's sake, and like it's a good series. It's a good historical series if you are interested to see like 1500s China. Also Li Hao smash the fuck out. Emperor in that scene in that series, Emperor has good taste. I'm just gonna say that. What else? And yes, I'm a simp.
Simp.
Vinland Saga. If you enjoy Viking team animes, that's a good series. Well, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I cannot praise and be a simp towards that series. It's like that series is like how Western series, especially Walking Dead, should have watched how to make a side character plots perfectly. Like and every episode moves the plot a lot. It moves the plot. In one episode they can do this. It moves from that to like episode 12, episode 13, 14. It keeps going, and like every character is voiced perfectly. Like the first opening is good. All the openings are good, but I'm gonna say the first opening is better. It's in my opinion, it's like 9, and the rest of them are 8 or 8.5. Side characters, like I said, are amazing. Hoffenheim. I want that hairstyle and that beard. Alphonse and Edward of the main characters. Good. Even though Edward can be sometimes a pain in the ass. Because he doesn't like the fact that everybody calls him short. Because he is. And he doesn't like milk. Also, that's like one funny thing. The series itself, like, it handles adult themes well and childish themes well, like civil war, sacrificing human lives, immortality, and sacrificing like a lot of people for stones, and everybody who goes to gym, look up Armstrong from that series. Get that body. Get that body if you know, you know.
Sidle Chester! That's from a different show.
Just look up Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. God damn. And he has a body.
Armstrong is amazing.
Someone sounds a little bit thirsty.
But yeah. But let's wrap this up. What are your plans for the future?
I don't know. I'm still working on getting my 2.0 model. We're like over halfway there, and hopefully I'm going to TwitchCon in October. And I don't know, just to make some more friends, keep reaching new heights. Get good at VTubing, so to speak.
Yeah,
basically the same for me. Getting my 1.0 and then growing my community, and hopefully at one point, if I'm allowed to dream of it, getting rid of my IRL job because I'm sick of it.
That I believe those both are like perfect way, because there's no good or bad way to do content creation except doing OnlyFans, but that's a separate issue. That's the bad way, but the good way is to anything else.
No, don't be like that.
Except
sex work is work.
I just like OnlyFans. Just do Patreon. It's better that way. I believe, actually, I believe I forgot the name of the actor who has OnlyFans but doesn't do anything in there. It's just a way to support him. I believe it's. I'm gonna look that up, anyways. like I said, there's no way of doing that, no wrong way to doing that. But yeah, that's so. I'm hopeful that you two get the goals that you want.
Here's
Thank you.
hoping.
Here's hoping. Exactly, and everybody, both of their socials are gonna be linked below. Go and support them. Go and follow them everywhere where you can. If you don't use one of the social medias, it's fine. It's better that way because you don't need million jillion social medias. But everything that they use are linked below. If you see them streaming, go and say hi from Walter.
Do it.
And all in all,
we demand it.
all in all, they are awesome people and that stuff. If you're finding your way to Waifuverse or Poker Shop, use my code WalterCC, you get a discount from it, and that stuff. If you enjoy the content, subscribe and like and that stuff, and I'll see you next week. Bye.